Well, hello and welcome to another episode on our Barney Family YouTube and Facebook. And for those of you who might have been following this, you'll recognise where we are. We're up at Emily's Horsefield, where we've been building a stable on this 2.5 acre piece of ground so that Emily can get horses. And the project's kind of morphed a bit, you know, we started off with just the stable and working away, and then we dismantled the caravan so we could get the chassis for the hay bales, and then we decided, myself and Sharon, not to upgrade our cars this year and bought ourselves this, which I'll show you in a minute, is our wild camping lorry. So yeah, at the moment we're trying to push on to get this thing through its MOT, so it might not look nice just now, but as long as it passes. This is an older vehicle, an old man 8.163, and I'll tell you something guys, this thing's got under 100,000 miles, and she is pretty solid, pretty solid. Very simple piece of machinery as well, you know. I actually think our Land Rover Discovery is more complicated than this thing, you know. So should be really good. But as always guys, if you wish, please don't forget to like, subscribe and hit notifications. And as always I say in these videos, David and Emily, our kids, I've got 3 YouTube channels for kids called Barney Family Fun. And they do loads of stuff on there. They've been building that for quite some time, and I just hope you really enjoy that. I have to say, I really enjoy being up here, you know that. The fields are sort of on the edge of town, but it's in the town. One of my best mates lives right next door here, and his CCTV cameras cover this piece of ground, and he's been so helpful, you know, by us getting this whole thing built, you know. But this has been a bit of a longer term project, and it has to be said that, you know, it's probably just myself taking a little bit too much, maybe not quite doing it in the order it should have been done. I kind of feel like we should have finished this by now, you know, but, you know, hey-ho, we just have to keep pushing on. Yes, we put the lorry through what we call a pre-MOT inspection. It's basically just like an inspection that it go through, its yearly inspection, and telling us, you know, just exactly what needs to be done. And I'll tell you guys, probably the biggest thing are the kingpins in the front. But I'll tell you, just little bits of welding, bitties and pieces, you know, it's just not a big job at all. So the easier stuff's done already. But like I said, I just want to get this thing back on the road. This is going to be our horse lorry, obviously. It takes 2 horses quite easily in the back there. This section here, though, is a living section. She's pretty much a lorry. Not a pretty looking lorry, though, look. But don't let things deceive you. It's got a 4.6 turbo engine in it, which is quite small for a vehicle this size. But we'll never be carrying the weight that this thing can carry. So it's actually quite economical in fuel. And yeah, I like things to look good. The cab's going to be red, and I think what we're going to do, guys, is put on a set of bull bars, really beautiful bull bars on there with the more sort of traditional lights rather than anything else. But the guy that had this before us is an ex-army mechanic, and he really took care of this thing, and unfortunately passed away. And that's why his wife had to sell it. So I'm really hoping to do him a bit of justice, because he's really looked after this thing. So of course, probably the biggest job, I might be getting a mate to come in and do the kingpins, because he's an HGV mechanic, and that would be awesome. But is really the bigger job is trying to get these side rails or underruns sorted, because as you can see, once you start poking into them. So what I'm doing with some of the sections is using the arc welder to fill in some of these smaller holes. That one's maybe a little bit big to fill in, but it's just to fill in these holes. And I haven't welded for a while, it's been quite a while, you know, so it's taken me a wee bit of getting used to. But for example, you know, those little holes there, like that's nothing at all to plate, you know. And obviously, you know guys, we want to do this thing up here, this will be black. And hopefully we'll get some new bits here for the light clusters, and we'll do a bit of LED in behind there, and red and black and all sorts of stuff, you know. But just really want to get this thing back on the road. Yeah, so guys, check it out. Well, there we go. Superb. Yeah, I haven't welded for quite a while. But see these masks, it's like I think it's like 1/25,000th of a second. As soon as the welder touches, it blacks out, which is just awesome. And years ago when I was younger, I did it more than once. I got weld flashes. I tried to do the bit where you just close your eyes and go tst, tst, and that didn't work very well, so I thought this time I'm going to be a little bit more careful, you know. But I won't go on and on about the welding, you know, I'll just have to crack on with it. But just a little hole like this, for example, I'm just going to give it a wee fill. Here we go. Right. Just give it a chip just to get the rubbish away. It doesn't look bad. Yes, yep, it's just popped away there as well. And what we'll do is we just use the grinder and just flatten that right down just like the other side. Yeah, the welding's taken a wee bit of getting used to, guys, I tell you. And yeah, I'll tell you just now, it's so hot, it's unbelievable at the moment, you know. So because I'm just working away like this, welding's fine, but if I was lying down, I'd have to wear some sort of protective stuff, you know, because that is very, very hot indeed. But, you know, we're straight on, so we're fine just now. So there we go, hole done. Maybe this bit, I could maybe fill that in, it's not that big, I suppose. But we'll be putting on, there's man lorry warning strips, are really nice, red and yellow. And I'm going to put on there anyway, but you can't leave that bare. I'm still going to have to paint this whole bit. But that'll be fine. I could have rubbed down a little bit better, but you know something, guys, it's about as good as I can get it just now. Yeah, I think with this one we're asking a bit much. You'll see as I was trying to weld, the hole's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and until it finds that real thick metal, and now we can start going on it. But I think that's maybe a bit too much. I mean, we're right on the end anyway, so it's not as if it's a million miles away, is it? Yeah, I'll just do as many little bits like that as we can. It'll save us a good bit of plate cut. Yeah, so the welder just overheated a little bit there, guys. It's just what it does, you know. It's not an expensive little thing, you know, so just work away with it. But yes, I think that end's got a little bit too big of a hole. That one might fill though. That would be great. That would get that back end done. I'm just wondering whether I should rub that all back a bit even better, you know that? I maybe should. Yeah, now I did mention in the last video that we're probably going to change these to aluminium. As you can see down the side there as well, change the stepped aluminium as well. That'll save us a lot of weight. But just for YouTube, we're going to weld these ones up. We can always do that another day. But you know, a lot of what we're doing just now here is so David and even Emily can learn a little bit about cars and all sorts of stuff. Yeah, I'm just going to have to leave that to cool down a little bit. Yeah, so in between working on that, guys, I've got to now, let's see if I can find some ragwort. Look. Now we've cleared most of this field, most of this side of the field anyway, but as you'll see, that's the ragwort that's poisonous to horses, and you've got to get them out from the root, which isn't a big deal. But yeah, we've mostly cleared this side, but we need to get them all. We've just got to get them all. Over at that side's not all that great. There's the hay bale trailer that we're going to be building. It's all okay the way that it is. And of course now in this, it's come at the summer, we're not really under that amount of pressure to have that done. It's the lorry that's really the priority, you know, in getting this grass done. But I can't get it cut until we've got all that ragwort out. If we chop that ragwort, the seeds spread out all around like that and create an even bigger job. Yeah, so I was just trying to find, you know, some really good steel for that underrun. And look at this, there's a big lorry park next door. Old trailer, look. And what does it have? Underruns. So I asked my mate, could I get a little section of it, and he said no problem. Yeah, looky, this is where we actually first started this job. Was very kind of my mate to give me all his old plywood and bits and pieces from under there, which is awesome. But as you can see, they've actually cut a piece of this underrun off of this trailer, look. And that was way more than what we need. That was way more. Yeah, now I was actually struggling to lift that. It's quite long. So you can imagine how much weight that puts on that trailer. Not that that'll ever be used again. But it's a lot of weight, a lot of weight, let me tell you. So I'm assuming with a lot of these vehicles it's quite a standard size. It looks very similar. But ours has only got 3 sides, a top, bottom and middle. Whereas that's a piece of box section. And of course all I'm really needing is bits to put in the background and weld them on, you see. So I'm going to need like a foot of this maybe, if that. And that'll get it looking good. So yeah, I'll have to cut this up. And of course, because I'm welded for ages, it's really good to be welding with thick stuff. It's just a lot easier. The thinner stuff tends to be quite difficult and burning through. You've got to really be quite experienced for that, but this'll do. Yeah, I think we can get that with a welder. That other side doesn't look too bad at all. I think we'll get that one okay. But in here, you'll see behind here, and I've got a feeling that holes will grow and grow and grow, I would think. So what we can do is slide a plate down in the back here, because it's right on the edge, and then I can weld it to the plate. And that'll be really, really good. That'll work really, really well. Yeah, so I haven't got a really good cutting disc up here with me just now, so I'll just have to deal with what I've got. But basically what we're going to do, guys, is I'm going to cut out like a little section, and we can just put that right in the back there, and that'll strengthen it up. There's a lot of rust in there. I have to blow it out with the hose or something, but I think that's going to be a bit too much to try and fill. Another lovely day up at the field. But it is hot, hot, hot. The sun is very high in the sky. And there we go, look, I'm sporting my little handbag, look. Nice. Oh, keeps me really well organised. And of course that was the find yesterday, which is awesome. Boy, oh boy. Tell you, that paint will be getting baked on. I mean, absolutely baked on just now. There we go! What's hot, 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 hot. Nice little plate. So this being a temporary repair, I'm not going to go too mad on how good it looks or whatever, you know, I just want to get it sort of functional the way that it is. But to weld the plate on the back there, I need clean metal, so I'll have to clean up underneath there to slide that plate in. Ah, come on. A bit difficult to slip in there. Yeah, I'm going to have to clean it all up round about in there, because that's not going to sit right. Not bad, not bad. Right, this is already becoming a bit of a struggle, guys, you know that? Cut, eh? Why not? Cut it and get it off of there. Yeah, just that little bit there, I think. Let's get this off, and obviously that plate will still come in handy for something. There we go. So what we're gonna need. What was the old part? What was the old part? Was 18. Yeah. So now we have to try and get this thing just you know into fit. So we'll get the grinder here. Welder overheated again, we're okay. I've left a bit too much of a gap there. Right, so while the welder's cooling down, we can do a bit more preppy, because I'm gonna have to pull this part out and weld that seam there. Look at that today. Just imagine when it's all done and looking really nice. That's what you've got to keep in mind. That's the picture you've got to keep in your mind. Oh, look at it when it's all done. Yeah, so as always, guys, chucking out time at school, so I really need to get home for David and Emily just real quick, and then we'll come back up with David. But yeah, I'm just gonna, you know, I'm not going to go too crazy on getting this as perfect as possible, as long as it's solid, because really to get that petal tunk out, give it a good clean and scrape and all that, we really need to take the side rail off. But for now, I'll just do what we can see. And when the time comes to put the aluminium rails on, we'll do that, you know, get right in behind there and all that. So basically, again, we're just on, let's get the bare minimum done to get this thing through its MOT. Yeah, I'm glad I chose that idea. That's much better, absolutely much better. And I think we'll go ahead and do the same on this side. We'll just cut it and put a new piece on. The outside of this seems pretty much okay until you get to the front. So again, we could maybe cut it, but this does have a bit of a bend in it, like the other side, so we'll see back home, and I want you to see this, look. this doggy. Our house is actually quite cool in the summer, which is great. But it's about 30 outside, eh, Bills? Hey, hello, my darling. You got plenty of water? Let's have a look. Yeah, she's really drinking through the water, aren't you, Toots? Look at this. Look at this. Look at this, you big crazy. I see you, darling. I think she's on her third bowl of water. You know that? It's about 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon just now, eh? And I think you've went through 3. Good girl. You keep drinking. I like it when I like to see her drinking. I like to keep seeing her drinking. Because you're one of the kids as well, aren't you? Yeah, so our house, it gets the sun at this time of the day is really glaring in, which is great because it's nice and quiet out back, isn't it? And we're having to watch Spike as well. Hey, because the temperature, you know, he's got his lamp on and that can bring it up to a really, really good temperature. But in this weather, it actually gets really, really high. I know you're a little tropical creature, son. I do. Eh? I know, look at him. Eh? Good boy. He's a little tropical creature, but still, getting the temperature up way too high is not good, eh, Spiko? So we've got some water in the swimming pool as well. Eh? Gonna come out soon? Yeah. Yeah. You just chill, my darling. Oh, thank goodness it's cool in here. It was very warm up at the lorry, darling. That's why I can't take you up. It's far too hot for you to get there. She's not too bad. Her coat's not all that thick. You've shed a bit, haven't you, darling? Check her out, people. That's me, daughter. Right, so if you're just watching for the first time, you guys, this is David's Airsoft Glock 17, and he's testing it in his new goggles.
Yeah, these are the goggles I got for my birthday, and they're for Airsoft.
Let's do this.
This is the Glock 17 that you guys have seen a lot, and I'm going to do a very close-up test on it.
Go for the close-up test. This is a... Oof! Not a scratch, my boy, not a scratch.
And something cool about this is you can sometimes see the marks on it. Can't see it, but they wipe off.
Nice.
Marks on it just wipe off.
So again, if you're watching for the first time, we're up in our attic, and we've got an attic firing range up here, don't we? So when the weather is rubbish in Scotland, which it can be... Yes. We can come in here and do this, eh? So this is the M4, guys, and he just got his new mag in. Right, so new M4 mag.
The new one.
New one. So this is another one. Go for it, and Sonny boy. So back on with the M4, people. The old safety glasses on. There we go.
It's the new M4 mag.
The new M4 mag. Here we go. Just saying to David that, you know, the Glock's excellent. The slide stays back when it's out.
Before with this kind of mag, it'd actually go back like that, and you'd know.
That's right. Never mind though, it doesn't matter. It's nice to have the M4 back at last. But for now, guys, listen, thanks so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notifications. I don't know if you can do it like that, can you? Ah, you can. And of course, as always, we've got like 5 Barney Family YouTube channels for you guys to enjoy.